Yeah, let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to use life as a champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Wrestling with Savage. Tonight, the AEW Weekly Update. As always, it's Wednesday night, 11 o'clock, and you know what that means. It's time for Wrestling with Savage, and we're going to get right into the breaking news, because why not? It's my show. I'll do whatever the hell I want, god damn it. Welcome back to Breaking News AEW Edition. Let's get right into it. Ric Flair making a special appearance on ESPN to amp up NFL's wild card playoff game. And what else do we have here? The Young Bucks, proclaimed as underrated by the masses due to their work as a team. Let me know what you think in the comments. Deonna Purrazzo claps back at body shamers after AEW's in-ring debut. And good for you, as you should. Kick ass, take names, and who gives a shit about what anybody says. Chris Jericho quickly disables replies after breaking his silence on Twitter. Love to know what everybody thinks about that as well. Security was not informed about Jack Perry's New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. What a debut was it? Or was it? Does anybody even care? Let me know. I want to know what you think. Dana Brooke dragged by fans for ripping off Toni Storm's timeless gimmick. Did she rip it off, or is she just doing what every wrestler's done in history, which is try to elevate themselves? I want to know what you think. Booker T questions the significance of Hook's wins after Tony Khan's Twitter meltdown. And I have to say, I see Booker T's point. When the Booker's going off on rants on Twitter defending 28-1 or whatever his record is, what are you doing? You're the Booker. What are you doing? You're the Booker. Focus on booking, Mr. Booker. Eric Bischoff breaks his silence on Twitter with the feud he's having with Tony Khan over the cage match ratings. Are we talking about ratings? Ratings in 2024? Most of these people are watching this shit on pirated streams at friends' houses, or they're just getting everything they need from what you give them on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. Non-stop content. They don't even need to watch the show to know what happened, because most of them are watching Wrestling with Savage. Now let's get back to the AEW Weekly Update right now. Yeah, we're going to switch it up tonight. Tonight we're going backwards. We're getting straight into it. Booker T was saying, what is the significance? What is the meaning of this 28-1? Well, let me tell you, Booker T, because tonight the Booker got it right. I loved this match. I thought this was a phenomenal main event that absolutely elevated Hook in ways that people aren't going to understand for a long time, while also maintaining a storyline, giving us the challengers. We know who's coming after that title. We know Swerve Strickland's coming after that title. We know Hangman Page is coming after that title. And Hangman Page came to the defense of Hook, because Hook would just not stay down. Hook would just not stay down. Jay, this was good shit. You can't tell me otherwise. Incredible match. I don't care. There was one little mishap. You know what? Sometimes it makes it look even more real, because Samoa Joe's a big guy. Hook is not. Him just running in there, trying to get that T-bone suplex. Relentless punching. I mean, the only thing I'd say is Hook should have punched just a little harder, but I don't blame the guy. I wouldn't want to get killed by Samoa Joe too, because Samoa Joe did what Samoa Joe does, and he basically killed him. But at the end of the day, Hook walked out of the arena. The final shot of the night, and the significance of this moment right here will go down in time as why Hook is a badass, and I agree with his father, a future world champion, Jay.
Oh, Savage, I thought this was bad all across the board. I mean, let me just start off how the match started. Hook jump-started the match, got on top of Joe on the corner, right? What did he do? He threw punches. Now, I've been saying it for 2 years right now. Hook cannot throw a punch. I'm sorry. Those punches tonight were horrible. I can understand why you like this match. I can understand why people like it. It's a Brock Lesnar style match, right? Basically a beat down on your opponent so they can't get up anymore, whether they tap or they get pinned, right? This is what it was. So it delivered. But on top of that, Savage, I couldn't take it seriously. I'll tell you when I got out.
You didn't think that spot was rough, though? I want to know what you think about this spot. This is discussion right now. We're not doing takes right now. We're just talking back and forth. This right here.
This is part of it.
What did you think, though, when you first saw it? You didn't even, like, shrug.
They messed up. He should have lifted them higher.
Not messed up. It looked brutal.
Lifted them higher.
Maybe.
I think it exposed the table.
Hey. It got the job done. And I want to give a shout out to Hunter. I don't know if you're still watching because I know, you're a little wishy-washy when it comes to being part of the Savage Kingdom. And I understand. I would be a little wishy-washy too if I was watching greatness.
I was watching bad acting by Taz, the father of Hook, okay? That took me out of it.
Okay.
It took me out of the match. But
what part of it was bad acting, though?
Let's forget about this crap. Let's talk about the bigger picture. What happened after with Swerve? Now, I was glad I saw Swerve out there. I'll give you that. I'll give everybody that. But Savage, you cannot tell me you like this. You like when Page Music came out. You like when he was in the ring. Savage, this is an old story that should never be taking place ever again. I do not know why they're doing it.
I think what's happening with Hangman, if you want to know my honest opinion, what I think's happening with Hangman is Tony realizes that, MJF might be out the door. Hangman is one of my original champions. And so in his mind, you have to understand that Tony Khan probably loves Hangman Adam Page. That's number one. There's no way he would have made him champion if he didn't love him. There's no way he'd be giving him these matches with Swerve Strickland that was almost match of the year, and in some eyes, hardcore match of the year, whatever you want to call it. Hell of a performance, memorable. That might have changed his whole momentum now in AEW. That performance alone. He does have big-time matches. You don't think Hangman has a legitimate shot at the AEW championship?
Savage, do we need a fourth match with this guy? I thought the whole story was to elevate Swerve.
I think we're going for a triple
Where
threat
are we
match
going?
here.
We're going back.
I think we're going to a triple threat match that is going to steal the show.
Yeah, man. No.
But I think the reason why, hear me out here. The reason why,
that's my point.
I think Tony Khan is going to try to recycle this Hangman Swerve match as long as he can to keep the title on Joe. So we're going to do a triple threat match, and Hangman and Swerve are going to basically eliminate themselves out of this whole solution. Joe will go on to be the champion for a long time. Swerve and Hangman are going to go to war for about 6 months.
Again. And I'm going back to Nick Wayne, folks, if nobody knows what we're talking about. I'm going that back. Do we need to see another 6 months? There's no other.
I loved the main event. I don't know what's going to happen with Swerve. We're going to have to wait and see, man. I mean, in my opinion, I don't even understand what they're doing with Swerve. They swerved me because I thought he was going to win that tournament. He didn't win the tournament. Now they're sending him. See, what doesn't make sense to me is you lose this tournament, but then you just get thrusted into the world championship picture. Doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Logically, it doesn't make sense to me. And theoretically, hypothetically, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't understand it. These guys are not they haven't done anything. And then Hangman's also lost his matches against Swerve, who lost the tournament. But now both these guys are going to be the main challengers for Samoa Joe. Make it make sense to me. Two losers,
they can't.
Theoretically, they lost their matches, they lost their things, are now in the title picture. There should have been a bigger event here to create a number one contender for Samoa Joe, not just thrust two choices in our face.
I can't agree with that, man. You can't do it. I just think it's just bad across the board.
I mean, Bake Fresh, that's a pretty hot take right there. Yes, the Savage Kingdom. And Hunter, it's nice to have you back. Welcome back to the show. And I listen, I said I love this match for me personally because I have a connection to Taz personally. I have a connection to his son personally. I'm a big fan. And I think this did him a lot of justice long term. It made him look like a badass to all the little kids because they know that Joe is an absolute killer, but Hook is up and coming. Superstar, still has growing to do. I agree with you with the punches. I ain't going to argue with you there.
I'm going to ask you this, just to end it. When you're in wrestling school, do they teach you how to punch?
Absolutely, yes. But listen,
hey,
all right. You're going to go in the ring right now and you're going to swing at Samoa Joe with all your might?
I got to know how am I going to swing it so I don't hurt my opponent, my friend, the guy that's trusting me with his life.
Point is, you don't want to hurt the champ, and you definitely don't want to hurt Samoa Joe. You don't want to hurt Samoa.
I gotta hit him like somehow like this, like I'm just kind of scraping him. Not even.
I'll let you practice. I'll let you practice on Anthony Corso.
You're the wrestler.
Where's Anthony Corso?
If they teach you how to punch, they teach you how to punch.
These bums over here. I'd like to actually get some other people's opinion on this match right now. I want to bring people in here right now.
It's a match. That's what it is.
I need opinions right now.
It's
on main event
that
of
people will love to
join and then fucking fuck off.
Up for his life.
I need to know what other people think, Jay. I mean, I really do.
Look at that. You liked all that? Let me just not look at my opponent.
I think it was a good main event, and it did its job. It made Hook look like a badass. That was the whole point, and it accomplished it. They also gave us a vignette on Sting and Darby Allin. Let's talk about this. Do you really think that they're going to become the AEW Tag Team Champions right now?
Savage, if this happens, they gave it away tonight, and they're the stupidest creative in the whole place of AEW. I'm telling you right now.
I kind of like that take.
First of all, why are you talking about the AEW Tag Team Championship? Let's just answer that. So what are you trying to tell me? You're trying to tell me that Sting wants to have his last match with that bum-ass Ricky Starks and that tall piece of trash Big Bill? Hell no.
Well, what happened to the Young Bucks?
Who will win? Who will win the tag belts? Let me think. The guys that came out last week, the Young Bucks. Were they out here tonight? Yeah, they did have an interview tonight. Savage, they would be the biggest morons in the whole company if they go and follow it. I felt like they gave it away. That would, of course.
Of course you're not wrong because this was the first time we heard him say anything about like their record and how good they are and how, all that.
We've been looking forward to Sting and Darby Allin with gold. With gold around their waist. All of us. You, me, the Savage Kingdom.
So,
if you're a true Sting fan, you already know.
Hold on. All right. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen with the Sting match. We'll talk about Sting a little more when we get to the Young Buck interview because we're going to get back there anyway, and it's going to be all part of that conversation. I want to know what – I'm giving you the floor first. I need to know. 13 months. We haven't seen them in the ring. Private Party in action with Top Flight. What did you think about this tag team match where, Private Party was able to steal the victory?
For me, it didn't do nothing for me, but I'm glad the guy was back. Don't get me wrong. But the match, I felt Savage like, I get it. You're trying to build Private Party to be some kind of threat.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it worked for me. I don't take them as that kind of threat tag team. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't see them as a believable threat against the tag champs, if that makes sense. I just thought it was a lot of high-flying spots, and I think we see a lot of that at Top Flight. I just wish they'd switch it up a little bit. But for
Top Flight actually slowed it down in the beginning tonight. They had a little bit of a lock-up arm and elbow and collar, all that.
No, it was. I'm not saying nothing was bad, but for me, I didn't believe. Even with the finish, I still didn't believe him as that heel threat that I'm going to take seriously. I believe more of other teams,
Yeah, I mean,
That's just
They did get a pop. There was a reaction there. It wasn't a massive reaction, but there was a pop for sure. The match not terrible. They got a win. I mean, listen, it wasn't my favorite match of the night, but good for them to be back and just getting back in the rhythm of things. Let's see what they do coming up with this momentum with the win off of Top Flight.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I think this match could have been on Rampage, and I would have gave more time to the Samoa Joe match. Now,
enough time, but
Toni Storm, maybe the most entertaining part of the night.
She's already the front runner of 2024 Wrestler of the Year. I'm telling you right now. It's a lot. It's a lot.
This was probably her commentary, her work. Treating this guy like a pet and saying Tony Schiavone's never looked better. Just the way she talks, her signature tone that no one's gonna touch right now. She's killing it. I mean, she looks like she's on drugs and Hollywood like 1920s, right out of the golden. I love it, man. Not the golden. What was it called? The Roaring 20s. That was the nickname for the 20s. The Roaring 20s. After the Depression, she looks like a bootlegger, and making moonshine.
She's the front runner for me for Women Wrestler of the Year. I'm telling you.
Well, Deonna Purrazzo has other things to say. The Virtuosa came out strong and said she's the most technical, sound wrestler in the world today. And like I said, Toni Storm absolutely killed it. But I thought Deonna killed it tonight too. I've never seen a lot of her work, but from what I saw tonight, I know she can definitely wrestle because she has good transitions from one move into another, unique ways to utilize the armbar. She ended up making Anna Jay tap out here, so she's 2-0 on AEW. My opinion, killing it right now. She took all these moves well, took that code breaker well. I like her work, but Toni Storm right now, untouchable. What did you think of the match, Jay?
I thought it was match of the night for me. How about that? This was match of the night. I loved every minute of it. Savage, let me ask you this question. When do you ever see an AEW women's match that was actually technical?
Technical? Rare. But this was it. This was one of them.
And this was it. And then the end, when she says, I'm the best women technical wrestler in the whole planet. Yeah, I believe it. We've seen it tonight. This was a great match.
It was great.
The stuff with her and Tony throwing the shoe at her and she threw it back. I really think she hit one of them.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah. It looked like she nailed one of the security guards. She nailed one of the fans. It was good. Oh yeah, she definitely.
It was gold. This was great.
I would love to show you more of these pictures, but AEW nonstop with the spam on promoting like everything, including every other match that's coming up every 4 minutes.
Big Fred said.
Look, here's another ad. Don't forget Revolution, Sunday, March 3rd in the Greensboro Coliseum.
You heard, Savage? Big Fresh says Palazzo has an OnlyFans. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she definitely has an OnlyFans, and good for her. Make your money, girl.
She's killing it.
So is Timeless Toni Storm, man. Yeah. I mean, she might have the best gimmick out of every woman in the world right now. Like, she's having so much fun with it. I'm glad, man. I'm just happy for her. I'm happy to see her being successful and happy. 60 days as AEW Women's World Champion. We'll see what she can add to those 60 days. This was a good match, though. Maybe it could be. It's probably the wrestling technical match of the night. Really good match. Really good match. I'd recommend watching it.
I love that. I thought she killed it.
Wardlow. Boom. Only thing you had to say tonight. It was good. Adam Cole is the perfect mic piece for him. I think they can build around this. And when the time comes and Wardlow just hands him that championship, it's just going to make Adam Cole look that much cooler because he said it and then it happened. I definitely think Adam Cole is a future AEW World Champion. Wardlow's a future AEW World Champion. And I wouldn't be surprised. If while Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page are going to war, and then a few other people get destroyed by Samoa Joe, Wardlow comes along, and he's the one to beat Samoa Joe, making him that monster, and then them going into this storyline where Adam Cole eventually comes back, Wardlow's champion for a little bit, but then Cole comes back, and Wardlow just hands him the title. Gives it to him.
I mean, it's great to see a mouthpiece on Wardlow, but damn, like, This guy can have 2 broken arms, 1 leg, and they'll just make him hop his ass on TV just to cut a damn short.
Hey, it works though.
Like,
it works.
How
This is
desperate
working.
are we? How desperate are we to have Adam?
We
Cole?
are. They're very desperate. They're in desperation
I could
mode.
see that. I could see that.
Desperation mode. All right, Acclaimed will come out to basically celebrate and kind of help a little bit the Bang Bang Gang, who are the new Ring of Honor Trios champions, I guess. Bullet Club Gold doing their thing.
Going with this. Where are we going with this?
What were your thoughts on the match and the results?
You know what? When they came out, I knew they were going to win, if that makes sense. The match, yeah, it had its moments, but it didn't do nothing for me. But Savage, you know the Acclaim personally. Tell me what the hell is going on with this Scissor and Bang Gang. Now they won what? They're trying to make
I don't know, man. I haven't been keeping up with them lately like that to know, man.
Faces and heels are coming together. Like,
they're trying things out, but I think this is just going to lead to a feud. You know, they're going to try to buddy for a little bit, and Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club Gold are going to do what they do. I actually enjoyed this match. I thought it was a hard-hitting tag team match. I thought the Gates of Agony had a couple of spots, including that one spot with the elbow drop.
Brian Cage did a little.
Brian, listen, to me, Gates of Agony were much more impressive than almost anybody else in this ring tonight. They were really good. Absolutely, yeah. That powerbomb could have been higher, could have been better.
Oh gosh. He didn't even try to pick
But there were some hard-hitting moves in this match, man. Like, there was some good shit. Austin Gunn also looked very good. I kind of like that zigzag neck breaker he did. And this elbow drop spot, the code breaker into the elbow drop spot, this was phenomenal. This is innovative tag team wrestling. I enjoyed that shit.
Savage, I could do that in the backyard, all right? It's not innovative at all. Come on, it's just that.
Listen, the German suplex was good.
I didn't like Cage tonight. I think something's missing from him. I don't know.
Well, because he's getting punched in the face by Austin Gunn, or
I just feel like he doesn't try. Everybody tried in that ring except for Brian Cage. To me, am I right?
Well, he's probably a little discouraged with where his career's going because he knows he's going to lose tonight. He's probably just discouraged right now. He needs to get a little motivation.
Who is the weakest link out of all that ring? I'm going to say it's Brian Cage. I just feel like he doesn't try, like he doesn't put his effort.
I want to know this though. Like, here's my point. Swerve Strickland's supposed to be this badass. He's coming after Samoa Joe. He doesn't care about Hangman Adam Page. He's so cool. Yeah. But yet his embassy out here losing tonight.
And you see, Savage, you just nailed it. I'm going to go back to exactly what you said. Basically, this guy Page doesn't care about Swerve. Meanwhile, Page is staring at Swerve at the end. That's why.
Not Page doesn't care about Swerve. Swerve doesn't care about Page. Swerve doesn't give 2 shits about Page.
Yeah,
because he said it tonight.
And Page said the same thing. Page said the same thing tonight. Did he not?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
He did.
He did 100%. But he was still staring at him at the end of the night. Yeah, you're right. Bullet Club Gold, though, your new trio's Ring of Honor champions. And does it really mean anything, though, to have that Ring of Idol? Because you know what's funny to me? The commentators were like, they're going to get more gold. These guys want gold. Guess what? Those titles, Jay, they're not even made out of gold. Okay,
Savage,
they're like.
I'll make it simpler for you. The problem is there's too many titles. That's it.
Too many titles that aren't made out of gold. Stop saying they're going for the gold when the titles don't even have an ounce of gold in them.
How many titles do we have in total in this company? Think about it. Think about it.
I don't know.
Pure, tag, champ.
Nonetheless, listen, I had fun with this match. And it makes sense that Bullet Club Gold gets the win. It makes sense. Whatever. Now, here we are. What do they call themselves today, right? Besides EVPs. Matthew and Nicholas are here. Now, I got to admit, I've never been a fan of the Young Bucks. This is the first time I actually enjoyed something that they were doing because it looks like they're trying to grow up. It looks like they're trying to no longer be the Young Bucks. They're trying to be like the mature, arrogant, cocky, we are the best tag team in the world, business, EVPs, champs. So you're right. I think they are the future AEW tag team champs.
And that's why it just makes sense to me. And this was the start of it. I thought
they're going to beat Ricky before Revolution. That's what's going to happen.
That's why I felt like they gave it away.
I think in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see a championship match on either Dynamite or Collision, and the Young Bucks are your new tag team champions.
Though? That's my problem. Why tell me a story of Darby Allin and Sting and show me a minute video?
Listen, you are 100% right on that. That is a clear, big mistake that, they made.
Let me tell you, this was good. It's a step in the right direction. And you know what's the key out of all this? EVP.
Yeah.
I think that what you're saying, since they're EVPs, they're going to get that match and win the belts.
Absolutely. No, listen, I thought they were very impressive tonight. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed this tribute, and rest in peace to the Briscoes and their family, and my condolences out to all of them. But this was nice to see, though. I was very appreciative that they gave them not only that amount of time to talk, and you could see the crowd had a lot of respect when this man was talking. There was silence. There was silence in there, and you knew this was like one of those goosebump moments where everything he was saying was touching and hitting hard, especially if you were a fan of them boys. So big shout out tonight. I thought this was phenomenal. Good job by AEW. Good job by the Briscoe family. And I hope that's something we see every year because they deserve it.
And I think we will. Seen it with Brody, now with Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's your boy Hangman, where he was talking now, saying all this stuff. Overall, though, do you give this promo? Well, is this an interview or a promo? What do you call it?
No, because it made no sense. He stared at Swerve like he didn't care. He said right here, "I don't care about Swerve." Meanwhile, you're staring at Swerve. First of all, tell me if this makes sense, Savage. You don't care about Swerve when he breaks into your home, when he talks to the baby. What else? Oh, when he beats you in a bloody death match, which should have been match of the year 2020.
Beats you to a bloody pulp, staples you, does all this crazy shit to you. You don't care.
Yes. Listen, my problem with Pages, I just feel like
you got a lot of problems with Hangman. You hate Hangman.
Think of it like this. You give him 2 minutes. I need you to cut a promo on Swerve. Do you feel like this was the direction? Hello, I'm going to stare at this MF at the end of the show. I got to say something that I do care about this guy because of what he done to me in the past, and he did beat me in that Texas death match. Hello, that's where you go. You don't.
I think this is just Tony's way of trying to have a bunch of main event type of people.
I'm not talking about Tony Khan. Tony Khan's not wrong here. Just think about it. I give you 2 minutes to go on camera and cut me a promo on Swerve, and I tell you at the end of the night, you are going to be out there and you're going to have a death stare on Swerve and Nana. You got to tell me something here to make me believe that you do care. He has to care, man. It's that common sense. I just don't.
Travis thinks that he thinks your problem is that that you're not Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, come on. You guys all think it makes sense. This is crazy.
I didn't say it makes sense. I didn't say it makes sense. Because this match to me doesn't make sense. I do like the ending more than I like the match. Roderick Strong coming out, making the clear challenge, calling him out, and then Orange Cassidy ready to throw down immediately. And Roderick's like, no. We're going to wait till Revolution. We're going to wait till March 3rd. It's January 17th. And this guy's saying we're going to wait till March 3rd. So what kind of shenanigans are we going to get over the next,
This doesn't make sense either. All right. Let me picture it to you like this. I'm Roderick Strong. I'm ready to go. I'm fresh. Cassidy said, let's do it right now. He just had a match. He's beat down. Why am I not going to take the offer? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense. And Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta taking on Commander and Penta. And a very random match, very random match. Doesn't even make sense. So random that it doesn't even have a flash card because they just put this match on the spot. Well, that's because that's before this, but the match itself was whatever. It was enjoyable, but there was no substance to it because nothing really mattered. It didn't mean anything. These guys aren't even real tag teams. Penta's with Rey Fenix, Trent Beretta, Orange Cassidy. They're not a tag team.
You see where you started, Savage? Now everybody in the Savage Kingdom now is on Hangman's ass. I'm not. I don't think
we got some Hangman fans in here. I like me some Hangman too.
For his life.
But I'm not wearing that cowboy shit shirt anytime soon. I'll tell you that.
Listen, if I give him a script, he can't read it. Can't read it.
Crazy. Did you like this match or not?
No.
Okay, good.
Did
So
not
let's
like
just
this
keep it
match.
moving.
It served no
All
purpose.
right, we got Chris Jericho over here,
This
Matt
was random.
Sydal. This is going to lead to a match on Rampage. I wonder if there were actually boos that got plugged out by fake cheers. I don't know. What did you think of this little altercation here? And do you think Chris Jericho is going to come out on top?
Listen, I'm gonna answer try. It has nothing to do with Tony. If I give you 2 minutes to cut a promo on someone, and I tell you at the end of the night you're gonna stare at your opponent or your future opponent, and you tell me you don't give a damn when he breaks into your home and the baby, come on, it makes no sense. But anyway, the Jericho thing was just random, Savage.
Very
I
random.
didn't believe it. I didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like it. It made no sense.
No,
to me.
it definitely didn't make any
no
sense to
sense.
me. Another random. This is two random things that are going to absolutely lead to nothing.
Now,
We
this
have
is
Swerve
good.
over here
This
cutting
is
a
good.
promo, basically dumping on Hangman Adam Page and proclaiming that he is going after that AEW World Heavyweight title. What was your take on the promo?
I thought it was great. I thought it served its purpose. And I love the part when he says, listen, man, I beat this guy twice already. I don't need to fight him again. I don't care about it. That should have happened freaking way before World's End. You know what I mean? Like, it should have been over in November. I'm just stating facts.
It's definitely not over. It's January, and they're
still
still going with it. They're still going with it. Swerve, though, making it clear he's going after that AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Now we're going to get to the opening match of the night between Christian Cage and the natural Dustin Rhodes. And Dustin Rhodes put up a fight, kicked out of a lot of shit. But in the end, Christian was able to overcome and just beat him. But, you know, Dustin balled out. He wrestled his ass off, hit the crossroads. Nice suplex off the top rope. He did the Shattered Dreams, taking splashes. And then, of course, Christian doing what he does with the turtleneck on. God damn it, better than anybody wearing the turtleneck. Look at this. He's still like, that's a nice shot. Jumping off the top rope to the outside. Dustin, look at it. He's going in with a clothesline off the steel ramp. Power slam. And he looks good. He looks good for his age. And he looks good in the ring for his age. So shout out to Dustin Rhodes, the natural. I thought fantastic opening match. And I wouldn't have minded if he would have won. But, of course, we know Christian Cage is on a nice streak right now. Jay, what were your thoughts on the opening match of the night?
I could see why people would say this was match of the night. It was good, Savage. You have two veterans. You have two veterans that know what they're doing in the ring. You don't got to tell them what to do. And this is what you get. Everything you say, I agree. 100%.
Great match. Dynamite tonight. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm like in the middle, man.
I thought tonight was a great episode of Dynamite, with the exception of the two random matches and sequences with Jericho and the best friends. Other than that,
you know what it is?
Dynamite.
I just felt it was more talk than wrestling tonight.
Tonight was an entertaining night. No, I think there was a lot of wrestling tonight, but there's always talking, promos, and vignettes and stuff. There was wrestling tonight. Yeah, the Deanna Purrazzo match, the Hook match. The Dustin Rhodes match was the opening night. Come on. It was good.
Promos and videos.
This was a good episode of Dynamite. It was better than last week, I'll tell you that much.
Why you see a little more wrestling?
I saw some wrestling and I saw some character building. And you know what you saw if you were watching last night? You were watching the WWE Weekly Update, which we do every single Tuesday night. We got into it. A lot going on over there. Again, shout out to Seth Rollins. We hope you're okay. And we don't want you to miss WrestleMania 8. But now you're watching the AEW Weekly Update, which we do every Wednesday night, an hour after Dynamite ends. And, of course, January 27th, we have the Royal Rumble coming up. Who's your pick right now for the Rumble? Let's get it on the record.
I don't have nobody right now. I got to think.
Come on, you got to pick right now. Let's go.
You can't put me on the spot, but I'm
Come on, man. Who's your pick?
I'm going to say CM Punk.
I'm agreeing with you. CM Punk's winning this Rumble. We
Right.
already said Logan Paul's winning that match. We'll find out more matches later on. And, of course, go over to the Superstore now, WWE.com. is going to have a lot of great merch. And the Superstore at the Rumble, of course, if you're in the area. Make sure you watch BPW Inception this weekend. Savage will be there. It's always a good time. And here's a look.
Client got a title shot, man. You should be thrilled. You should be jumping for joy right now. Where's the enthusiasm?
I am jumping for joy, man. My boy got a title shot.
Will
Absolutely.
you be ringside for the title?
I can't be biased. Breaking news here. Huge match announcements for the Battlefield Inception coming to you live Sunday, January 28th. Look at this singles matchup. Malik Delvante versus Myung Jae Lee. If you've never seen them in action, this is your chance to watch superstars in the making. Also in action, Charlie Tiger taking on Code Red, the infamous OG. Let's see. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. For sure. Also in action, championship material taking on the Vetrano brothers. This should be an absolute tag team clinic in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. Also in action, they might break the ring down. Ox Adams versus Bobby Buffet. Talk about meat on meat. This is going to be a huge matchup on pay-per-view. Also, Dio Bando taking on Dan Muff. And Dio Bando, you are a superstar, but you may never be the same again after getting in the ring with this absolute monster of a human being. And let's not forget about our main event, the champion KC Navarro taking on Spencer Slade, and it's all going down live Sunday, January 28th from Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania, and you can watch it live anytime on the Premier Streaming Network. I'll see you at the battlefield. Savage will be at the battlefield. Will I be ringside for that match? You're going to have to watch live on the Premier Streaming Network or come on down to Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania and find out for yourself. I'm not giving it away, Jay. You stupid Mark. I'm not giving it away. People have to pay for it. Don't you understand, Jay? Don't you know what a work is?
I just think you're going to be ringside. I just want.
How dare you disrespect my client Spencer Slade by talking about his business here on this show? Who do you think you are?
I'm promoting the match before the.
You should be down there live. Be ashamed of yourself if you're not there live.
Oh, excuse me if it was like nearby.
Excuse me. You have a free ride
on a Sunday night.
Anytime.
That's
Anytime.
my point. People work.
You could be right there next to me holding the camera.
Oh, great. Be the cameraman.
I might pay one of these days. Premier Streaming Network. Sign up. $9.99 a month. You can watch Inception and, of course, everything that the Battlefield does, like Saturday Morning Superstars every Saturday, 10 a.m. on the Premier Streaming Network. Also, subscribe to them on YouTube. While you're at it, go to Pro Wrestling Tees. Pick yourself up a shirt today. Show me that you give a shit about the Savage Kingdom and give me some more money because these suits ain't cheap. Now, go support the Wrestling Universe because they do a lot of signings like this coming up. Alberto Del Rio, Kevin Sullivan, Spike Dudley, ECW Day is going to be huge. All these names, Raven, Sandman, Todd Gordon, Sabu, Rob, Van Dam all day long. Rikishi, February 16th. Holy shit, Mick Foley on the 17th of March. And then WrestleCon. House of Heathens. Marty Jannetty. And speaking of Marty Jannetty, check this out. What Savage has here in his hand is the full experience of the India trip that Marty Jannetty had with Bam Bam Bigelow and many other superstars who did nothing but play jokes on each other, ribs on each other. I got the full unedited footage, and the only way you're going to see the full footage is if you get your ass on the Party with Marty podcast and subscribe today. Look at Marty, he's back there. There he is. I don't know what he's doing. He's going absolutely crazy. I mean, he's riding a bike. He stole a police bike. Did he steal it? No, I think he borrowed it, hypothetically. But he's hypothetically going for a joyride. I got the full footage, all of it, and you're going to want to watch it. But like I said, the only way that you're going to see it is if you subscribe to Party with Marty right now and become a member. Join the VIP room to see the ribs, to see the matches from India, to see the action that only Marty Jannetty could bring you. More talent in one strand of his hair than all the talent in the world. Marty Jannetty. Yeah, that shit is gonna be. Did you see him right there?
Who's recording? Who's recording the whole thing?
It could be Bam Bam Bigelow. It could be Stone Cold Steve Austin was on that tour too as the ringmaster.
Nah, definitely not holding the camera. No way.
Ringmaster's on that tape. Exclusive footage. Go sign up to the Marty. The Ringmaster's on that tape. In the next few episodes, tomorrow night. You know what the episode is for Marty?
Is it about this?
No, it's about Seth freaking Rollins. And we're going to do a live watch along. Me and Marty are going to watch his match with Seth freaking Rollins, talk about Seth Rollins, talk about his injury, talk about his career a little bit, and we're going to talk about his experience with Seth Rollins. Marty's going to go into detail about everything he remembers about his interaction with Mr. Monday Night or Mr. Rollins, whatever he's calling himself nowadays. But yeah, it's going to be good shit. We're also going to give our Super Bowl picks. We'll get into the tape a little bit, obviously. Try to promote it, of course, you know. But it's going to be a good time. If you want to meet Marty, you got your chance at WrestleCon. We'll be there all 3 days. Come on down. Oh, you can also meet Tony Gurria May 5th. And Stan Hansen on May 5th. It's going to be a big clinic. Should we get into the rest of this AEW? Should we get into the Rampage? Did you even watch Rampage?
I did not.
Well, Eddie Kingston beat up Wheeler Yuta, if anybody cares, which I don't.
No.
Here's the pictures, though, in case you... The fans might care a little bit. I see the comments are blowing up, by the way. So real quick, let's go through the comments. What do we have over here? We got Travis saying, Dustin is a legend. Should Dustin be added into the Hall of Fame? Absolutely, just like Mark Jannetty should.
AEW, yes.
You can't wait for the Royal Rumble. That's going to be a good time. I'd like to say Orton, but I think Punk. Yeah, Punk's definitely going to win that. Penta, he can't build nothing. He rough on the mic. Jay apparently had something more to say. And Jay with Hangman can't cut a promo if you give him a topic to hit. Travis saying, I agree, Jay, but my point was it seems like a lot of these matches are just to fill time until the next promo. So I agree. He does not, talk. Not enough, does too much talk, not enough fight.
Can't talk.
Kayfabe, Travis, I see you still do the old married couple.
Yeah.
It's match fillers. Basically, this is just Travis spamming the chat right now is what's happening here. Here's back to Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta.
Warming up for the Rumble.
Wheeler Yuta taking another loss to Eddie Kingston, who seems to be like unstoppable as of late. Look at him go. We had Swerve Strickland defeating Matt Sydal on Rampage Homecoming.
I can't believe he fought on Rampage. It's crazy.
Yeah, Swerve on Rampage.
He did value.
Wyatt pants. Prince Nana doesn't care. Anyway, Swerve doing his thing, picking up another win, like Swerve does. Akira Shida also defeated Queen Amanada.
These names, I'm telling you, they're so bad. Like, what the hell? Queen what?
And the Dark Order. They ended up winning against Daddy Magic, Cool Hand Ange, and Jake Hager, who have been doing nothing but losing on Rampage. Not even Dynamite. These guys can't even lose on Dynamite. They're not on Dynamite.
I'll give it a Hager, man. He just took the easy way out and just got out of that UFC crap and just collecting easy checks for doing nothing.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at him coming out with bling bling. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Here's your winners. Jake Hager.
Oh, God. He actually won.
Now we got to get into Collision, all right? And Adam Copeland over here took on, I believe it was Lee Moriarty in the Open Challenge.
He needs to stop doing this. If you're going to pick wrestlers you want to work with, pick the young, good ones that have a name, not something like a Griff.
Shut your ass up, Travis. There's plenty of people watching it. Don't forget, a lot of the people that are part of the Savage Kingdom, they don't watch this live like you because they might actually have something to do, Travis, on a Wednesday night. Don't piss me off.
To be one. Maybe a Ricky Starks. Maybe he could build a Ricky Starks.
You're still going off about Ricky Starks.
This Tiger style shit, there was no Tiger style shit whatsoever. Let's be real.
You're going to fucking kill me.
That's it. I'm done.
We love you, Travis.
I'm done with this. This is all. I don't like.
Well, we got the Gates of Agony, Brian Cage. Apparently, they picked up a win. All right.
This was good.
Against Lance Archer and the Righteous.
This was a good match.
This was a better match than tonight's match.
I still didn't like Cage in this match, by the way. I did it. I thought Gates of Agony were better. And Righteous, I don't know what they're doing with Righteous. They got a good tag team, and they just keep putting them on Collision. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know why they're not waiting. What they're waiting for to pull the trigger. They need to be on the main roster. Dustin Rhodes taking on Willie Mack, picking up a big win. I guess this is what would earn him his shot against Christian Cage on Dynamite.
But Jesus, how slow does Willie Mack look? It looked like he really aged with his age. Somebody Google that and tell me how old is this guy. Like everything he was doing,
He's like
looked he was
29.
out of breath.
He's
Look
29.
at that. That wasn't even a perfect standing shooting press. Look at that. Look at his body. Where are you hitting?
He's 37 years old, by the way.
37? Listen, you got to cut off the Twinkies. If you want to stay in shape, please.
Hangman Adam Page taking on JD Drake. So another feed, basically. And, you knew this was going to be a feed with what they're doing with Hangman.
Am I supposed to believe JD Drake is a challenge to Page?
Damn.
Yeah.
Red Velvet taking on Deonna Purrazzo. And Deonna Purrazzo, this is where she would pick up her first win in AEW. And excellent match.
I've seen.
Excellent match.
I've seen. This
Probably
is
the best.
debut.
Probably the best match on Collision of the night for sure.
This is match
the virtuosa is making her, she's making herself very well known early on in AEW. This is a good start.
Credit. We give my girl credit because she's on my top 10. But listen, let's shout out to Red Velvet. Red Velvet did her thing in that match too. And
yes, it was a great match by both ladies. They killed it.
They're killing.
They killed this match.
Take any shine. I'm gonna give it to both. Great match.
Hook over here had his match too.
Squash.
This was like an impromptu match. They didn't even announce this. Another squash match for Hook. And we had House of Black defeating FTR and Daniel Garcia.
You see, I listen to this. I didn't like the match, but I thought it was an improvement from the last match they had with FTR. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It was definitely an improvement.
But no, it just
we gotta get into
isn't that bad? But isn't that bad, Savage?
No, I don't know, man. Listen, me personally, I think they've already dropped the ball with House of Black. These guys are out here fighting with guys that aren't champions. Malachi Black is not in the picture for the main event. Why is he not standing in the crowd alongside Swerve, alongside Hangman? Malachi Black is a main event player, should be treated as such. What they're waiting for, I don't know.
I know why. Is that we don't want to see the magic shit. That's what it is. I don't want to see Malachi back fighting for MGF, let's say. I don't want to see the magic show. I don't want to see the lights go out every single week. I want it straight up one-on-one. And I think that's why a lot of fans get taken out of that. I get
For me, they already had their opportunity to go hard on them when they first started doing that, like, new entrance and all that. And you had Julia Hart going crazy. They were on like a certain path, and now it feels like they're just like lost in rotation, lost in the shuffle, just like other average superstars. I don't think they're being treated like the top tier talent they are.
Well, you see, Julia Hart, it works for her because she don't use all that spooky doopy shit. She just basically comes out, boom, lights go off, gets in the ring, stands, done.
Let's get into this crap. Ricky Starks and Big Bill defeat Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho, and this match looked like just like
I can't believe people were popping for this. I couldn't believe it.
I don't know. The coolest thing I saw is I guess when Sammy did that like flash kick off the wall. But other than that, man, I don't know. I didn't really care.
I didn't care about it either. And then I see Hobbs coming out and just pulling it. I was like, oh my God, like what the. These guys, and I don't know if he's legit injured. Maybe he is legitimately injured.
I don't know, man. I didn't like the match. I didn't care. And now we get to Julia Hart, who defeats Anna Jay. So Anna Jay on a nasty losing streak. Now Julia Hart does what she does. She, defended that title very well. Got the win. We move on to Orange Cassidy and Preston Vance. And, of course, Orange Cassidy's not going to lose a match on Collision. This guy, never loses. Undisputed would be there again. I guess we're going to see this for 3 more months, Jay, now like this?
Yes, but honestly, Savage, I'm afraid that Strong will win at some point, but I don't want to see it, man. I know it sounds crazy, but
why don't you want to see it? I think he deserves it.
Because I don't think he could carry or elevate his opponents with that belt.
Okay.
As much as Cassidy, who I don't personally like, but as much as Cassidy does. I just wouldn't want to see it.
I think Orange Cassidy's just oversaturated right now, and he definitely needs someone to humble him and rip that title off him. And I think Roderick Strong is a great choice, especially if you're going to start in that momentum of making Undisputed a significant faction. You have maybe Roderick Strong kick
No.
it off by winning this title, and then slowly you build to Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Undisputed screws Joe. Boom, now we have the world champion. Cole comes back, he hands it to Cole. Wardlow and Wardlow goes after the TNT title or some crap.
I just feel like when I hear Strong cutting promos and he's a champ, let's say, he can't put my ass to seats. He just can't.
You just can't do
I would
it.
actually walk away. If I hear him cutting a promo as champ to his opponent, I would actually walk away. I actually get up, go to the bathroom.
That's messed up, man.
It's true.
It's messed up.
I can't
Might be true, but it's messed up. God damn it.
I'm being honest. Strong was never known to cut promos on the mic. We all know that. I'm just stating facts. I'm not talking about wrestling.
Listen, I'm just happy that Dynamite ended like this tonight, all right? And John has a comment on all that. He said that he enjoyed it way more than he expected, and he said Samoa Joe is such a psychological mastermind. Just enough offense from Hook, and the suplex was impressive.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it. But, it did its part. It was
Jay, you're a heathen. You're a heathen.
I'm going nuts. I'm just stating the facts. That's all I'm doing right now.
You know what we're doing? We're doing Dynamite, and we gave it to you in less than an hour for once.
That's what we do. This is why you're watching us.
You got all of it.
And
did you like the way we did it tonight? Where we kicked off with the main event first?
Yeah. I don't care. We can go forward, backwards, whatever.
No, I think once in a while it's good to mix it up. But I think moving forward, a lot of people might like it if we get into that main event first, so they can find out right away what the big story is, or what we thought about, what we just saw. It makes more sense because we just saw that. We can talk about it even more passionately if we go to that first, as opposed to waiting till the end of the show.
I just think AEW could do a little better. We could clean up some of the mistakes, but.
We're going to see. Tonight was a better episode of Dynamite that I saw in the last few weeks, so I was very happy with it. I'll be back online tomorrow night with Marty Jannetty. Make sure you tune in for episode, I believe it's 15. We made it to 15. Good God.
Lost count. That's how many you made.
Absolutely crazy. And we'll be back next week on Wrestling with Savage, right here with me, with Jay, and especially with you, the Savage Kingdom. Make sure you tune in, hit that like, subscribe. You know what to do.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
It was just like